Great ideas begin with people. The idea to build a hospital in Riverhead some 60 years ago became the mission of 3 Long Islanders. In the 1940s, a farmer, a lawyer, and a clergyman had the shared belief that proper medical care was needed in their community. Because of that idea, Central Suffolk Hospital was built. That hospital has grown from many more great ideas and become a state-of-the-art facility that is the Peconic Bay Medical Center today.
The medical center may look different today, but it has the same soul that it had 60 years ago. It is one of the most compassionate places. In fact, we use the tagline, the knowledge of experts, the compassion of neighbors. And that's what it is.
Peconic Bay Medical Center, how may I direct your call?
The mission of the medical center is to improve the health of our communities. The vision is to be the healthcare provider of choice. Our approach has been to elevate the standard of care by recruiting some of the best and brightest physicians.
I just felt a sense of community here that I didn't feel working in the city. I could treat the patient, even if I'm treating them surgically, that they will, even if they need extra help later and they need to go to a rehab type of facility, it's right here. I can see those patients on my morning rounds, and then even if they needed palliative care, that's here too. And that, for me, is such a wonderful, strong thing as a doctor, and such a wonderful thing that I can give my patients. Those units exist solely on foundation dollars, and if it weren't for donors, we wouldn't have those facilities, and it really makes us stand out in the community, and we give great care here, and it's all because the donors have given money in the past.
For many of the doctors who call Long Island home, the Peconic Bay Medical Center is not just a place where they practice medicine, it's a place where they can give back.
I live on Long Island, I grew up on Long Island. When you're homegrown, it just seems you seem to have a little bit of a different passion towards trying to create a certain quality for the community that you think they deserve.
When you look at the slogan we have regarding the compassion of neighbors, we are taking care of our own. This is our hospital.
This is my community hospital too. I live in West Hampton, my family comes here.
My son was born here, and my daughter has been here.
When my wife needed her gallbladder out, it was done here. When my daughter needed her tonsils out, the surgery was performed here.
I was a patient here before I was a practitioner here, and having that experience allowed me to see the way that this amazing institution functions.
My mother's been here multiple times. She's known by her first name in the ER.
I think that's something that everyone wants to see, is they want to see healthcare really delivered with their own community and within their own community. They don't want to feel like they have to leave. And we'll be able to have all those services here because of the generosity of people in the community.
We lived in West Hampton Beach, but we moved to Riverhead, and when we moved here, it was my observation that the hospital could use a palliative care unit.
Emily Corey realized the importance of receiving comprehensive and compassionate care when she was a patient at the Peconic Bay Medical Center.
While I was in the hospital, I noticed that there were a lot of very sick people here.
Mrs. Corey and her husband Michael were compelled to make a difference in their community, and what they did changed the Peconic Bay Medical Center forever.
My father, back in April, was brought in. He was sick. He had had a stroke at the end of April, and then he was brought back in. He had had an abnormal CAT scan where they had found a mass. On Father's Day, we received word that the cancer had since spread, that he was at that point about 3 weeks left to live. And we had discussed that with him, and that was when we met Denise.
He wanted to die in his home. He wanted to have his family around him. We were able, through the generosity of Emily Corey and Michael Corey, to have such an amazing program.
I would have never, ever thought that he would be here
to play with his grandchildren and to teach my son how to go fishing or ride his bike. So to think that he was ill was something I could never wrap my brain around.
We were there for the family throughout to the very end, and Mr. Green died with honor and dignity in his living room, in a bed, surrounded by his beautiful family, including his unborn baby granddaughter. It was an absolute honor. And privilege to help them.
I wanted to thank everyone in the palliative care unit, more importantly Denise D'Ambrosia, for being not only his caretaker, she was our caretaker. And I would like to thank the palliative care unit who made this all a little easier on me and my family.
Thanks to the generous support of our donors and the high standard of care given by our doctors, the patients at the Peconic Bay Medical Center not only receive the best care, but they understand our mission.
You have to care and you have to feel for people and feel how you would be in their situation, and the people have made it in this hospital. I'm telling you, I cannot believe how nice everybody is in this hospital.
The staff here is incredible, and I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. Without the generosity and donations from the people from Peconic Bay, I would not have the same experience.
Because of the support of the people here in this community, I was able to receive care here where I live, not, far away from my home. I didn't have to go, 90 miles. It was right in my backyard. And, I'm very grateful for that.
And they shouldn't have to travel 30 minutes or an hour, some other, and the better Peconic becomes, the better it is for the community.
Looking back where the hospital was and where it is now and where we're taking it is pretty amazing. And one of the things that my wife and I wanted to do was get involved with the development and the continuing of the growth and the level of care.
It's always been considered a community hospital. It has strong, strong community support.
One of the most important things that's happened at this hospital in the last couple of years is the introduction of graduate medical education programs. So by supporting Peconic Bay Medical Center, we are afforded the opportunities to expand on these incredibly valuable programs and further build our good reputation as the community's hospital of choice.
It was the generosity of the community. It was the determination of the community that founded this hospital. It's my hope, it's my vision that same sense of commitment, that same determination never leave this institution, and that the next 50 years find this hospital and this health system to be as successful as it was when it was founded many years ago.